Hey Aries, welcome in to your reading. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's going on for you guys. I want to say the last week of September. All right, so let's see what the situation is for you. Last week of September for my Aries, please. All right, this is like a little bit of post-eclipse in the middle of eclipse. I don't know. What's their situation, please? But I will say this, Aries. For all the cardinal signs, I feel like you are the one group that it won't hurt the most. Because for you, this eclipse is about yourself, all right? It's about empowering yourself, moving on with your life, your dreams, your visions, how you feel, who you are inside. There's like the unapologetic you is coming out, it's coming forward. It's this version of yourself. Speaking of which, Six of Swords. Six of Swords, you're moving forward. You're leaving something difficult behind, even things that were like difficult in your mind, things that you were battling in your head, going over again. You're on the other side of this now. You're moving forward. I do see that there is some sort of, I don't know, job loss or a fight or a breakup here, something that upends your world. That's what Tower is. But Tower usually only comes out if it's been festering. Clearly, you weren't letting it go, so it's getting eclipsed for you. Now, what's coming in towards my Aries? This is not going to leave anyone unharmed. Everyone is eclipsing something. But for the fixed and the mutable signs, it's far harder and it's far worse. For the cardinal signs, because you guys already went through hell and back, with Saturn lingering around you guys for 12 years, that's gone. So now you guys know how to roll with the punches like you're champions. Like this is nothing. This is like a walk in the park. All right, what is it that Aries doesn't see coming their way? All right. You are holding back from making a decision or a judgment call. We're here with somebody, but I do see love. I do see you being emotionally mature and available, but you're not making a judgment call on something. Now, I don't know if this is a relationship that you have to make a judgment call so you can go towards new love, or if you're just still holding on to something before you move forward. I got to tell you, though, looking at these cards that I've dropped already, plus the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, this looks like soulmate connection. Now, whether you're both saying it to each other, it won't really matter because to me, when I see this, I know the other person feels this way. Even if they're not telling you this, they feel like you're soulmates. They feel exactly the same way you feel. Now, people's decision-making process runs the fucking gamut, guys. Some people's priority is love while others' priorities is finances and career. It's like stability or what they think they should be regarding a relationship. But those are their lessons. They're not for you. You've been there. You've done that. It's time for you to proceed with your world, your life. And the reason I'm saying this is because you have judgment in reverse. You're not making a judgment call here on something or someone, whether it's your job, a boss, or your relationship. But I do see partnership at the bottom of the deck, so this is coming. What is the surprise here for Aries, please? Guys, I don't want to, for those people who are new here, I don't want to stay too long and talk about membership. There's a link in the description box for the changes that I'm doing to the membership. It's starting in October, if not next week. But those of you who are members, you have an all access pass right now up until October. So you can see the other signs if you want to. It's open to you. All right. And everything else for extended is down below. The Queen of Wands and the Four of Cups. Okay. And there's your Two of Cups again. So far, guys, looking at these cards, I'm getting only two elements. I'm getting swords and cups, mostly cups. I see that you do have feelings here for someone, but then I also see you having a lack of feelings for something else or someone else. Now, I see you here as the Queen of Wands. Now, this could be either you're a third party person, mistress, whatever, or you're having an affair, or you're doing something casually, non-committal, or this is you, because this is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius card, and it's in the upright position. But somebody here has unrequited feelings, unrequited love. No, thank you, not for me. Not interested. I'm trying really hard, but this is why I'm being casual. I don't know if I'm really into this. Still, I still see the partnership at the bottom of the deck. You're coming very close to an end of a chapter anyway, Aries. September is meant to be the most important, most pivotal month for every sign this whole entire year. And the reason for this is because 2026 is supposed to be your new life. It's supposed to be everyone's new life, right? All right, let's continue. And if you're still holding on to the old stuff, the old people, the old past, things like that, trust me, the universe is going to take it from you anyway. So that's why we say lean into it. Just go with the flow. Trust the process. All right, what is the advice here for Aries? I don't feel like, Aries, for you, there are that much more lessons. Yes, Saturn is coming back around in your sign for 2 more years, but in a different kind of capacity. It's meant for you to, what's the word I'm looking for? Not just be diligent with your projects, your work goals, things like that, but just for you to see through projects, like see it through to the end, that kind of stuff. All right, let's get back to your advice, which is the King of Wands. The King of Wands, also somebody here available to you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This person, I don't know why they're in your advice, but if they are, for if you're supposed to carry on with this energy, it's saying, don't forget who you are. You're a fire sign. What does that mean? You're a spirit. And the spirit inside someone's soul that everyone sees bright and light. You're that, fire at a party. You're the bonfire that everybody gathers around. That's who you are. You are that soul that brings people alive or make them feel alive. You need to remember that's who you are and come back to that energy. Others of you, if this is a person regarding a relationship, they're there for you. The problem is you need to start moving forward with your life so it doesn't stagnate. You have to probably make a sacrifice of some kind. I know you've been thinking about it for a while, Aries, for a long while, because the warning signs have been there and they've been warning you the last 6 months. So now's the time to start making these moves. Trust me, if this person's meant for you and you want them, they're not going to pass you by. All right, what is the outcome of the week? But I do want you to see this too. I just don't like that the 4 of Cups is in the middle. This is a king and queen. This is a set match. It's like when you play goldfish, there's your set. What is the outcome of the week? I really can't wait to clarify that. I'm so curious to know why that came out for you guys. All right. The Wheel of Fortune. And the 2 of Cups has really never left the bottom of the deck. The universe is getting involved. The fates are doing something on your behalf. This is supposed to be good luck. Even if you don't feel like you got that right now, you really do. You really, really do. What's happening here is it's trying to move you forward, because I feel as if what you're going to do after this change or whatever's happening for you in 2026, that's really supposed to be your roots for the next, 10 years. But you really need to work hard at whatever it is that you want the next 2. But that's the new thing. So say, for example, you change your careers, or you change your jobs, or you go back to school, or you break up with a person and you're on a mission to find somebody absolutely new. You're going to have to put a lot of work and effort in that in the next 2 years. But that will be golden. That will bring you your stability. That is going to sediment you into place. That is also why this is happening to you. But you'll be fine. The fixed signs, mutable signs, it's not going to be pretty for them. It's going to be hard. but you already went through your hardships the last 12 years. This is just like getting the kinks out right now. This is like you went through surgery and this is PT. We're going through physical therapy now. What is the Six of Swords? Please clarify. And that's the perfect example. I'm healing myself. I'm getting rid of this old toxic shit. Sorry, nose always gets itchy. Six of Swords. Six of Cups. I like this. This is nice. All right. Finally, Aries, you are coming to this place where you are like not coming from a difficult negative place. You're learning how to use your diplomacy effectively, right? What do I mean? You've always been witty, you know this. You're all very, very sharp. You can think outside the box at all friggin' times. But these two sixes, they're telling me you're definitely moving on, all right? Because the Six of Cups represents the past. You're literally shutting the door. You're saying to yourself, okay, those were happy memories. I liked what I built back there. But I guess, my path forward and my journey, although I have to do something different and new, and I don't like that idea, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Because making different changes and adjustments to your life, a lot of people just don't have the energy or the wherewithal to do it. And you are now put in this position where you have to, right? But I like the fact that this Five of Wands is in reverse. This is interesting, so interesting to me. You know how I always say fives are the challenges, and then sixes is like when we get past the challenges? This is in reverse. This is exactly where you are in time. You literally have your roadblocks, obstacles, and your issues either laid out before you and you know exactly what you need to do, or they're going away and there's a path forward and you're starting to move in that direction. You're also starting to strategize too. This is what I was trying to say before with your diplomacy and how you're going to move forward with things. You no longer need to move forward with arrogance. You don't need to move forward being pugnacious. You need to move forward in a way where in your mind you will defend yourself and you will find your boundaries, but you will be, coming in a way where you're very... I'm trying to not say a bad word here. You're going to come in very diplomatically correct is what I want to say. Because I see this, right? And I see you being a little curious. You are going to be left out in the cold for a little while. You are going to be in pain. I ain't going to lie. But that's going to switch real fast, real quick. I'm telling you, really fast. It'll be a point where this is so heartbreaking. This is so sad. But you're going to be like, but I've been here before. And I'm a big girl. I'm a big boy. I know what I need to do. I've healed. My vibration is here. I see it now. They can't reach me because they're not at my frequency. They're not at my vibe. All right. Because look at you. You're the Queen of Cups right now. You're emotionally mature and available. Please clarify this for Aries, please. You definitely got feelings for somebody, but it looks like it's been casual for far too long. That's why you haven't made a judgment call. See? The Knight of Wands is in and out. It's a fling, it's an affair, it's non-committed. It's like neither here nor there. You do have love for this person, and you are trying to manifest something with them. But you're also trying to decide what you're going to do with them too. Because you clearly don't want to be in this state of affairs. Let's do this. The Four of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Okay, Emperor, which is Aries energy. This is either you, yes, it can be your other person if you're dealing with another Aries. And the Knight of Cups. Okay, I love this. in a way, because this is you understanding what I just got done talking about, or I tried to explain it the best I knew I could, about being diplomatic, about understanding yourself, what this eclipse is meant for you. It's about you, your life, your path, your journey. Who's going to be on it? Who are you allowing to be on it? Are you really with me? Are you not with me? Because the Knight of Cups is talking about somebody having a heart-to-heart conversation. The Emperor's here. I think what's happening here is you're taking the lead, Aries. So if you're in an unrequited relationship, like say you're married or you're committed and you're in this marriage or commitment and you're just not happy anymore, or you're like, this isn't it for me, you're taking the lead by sitting this person down and having a heart-to-heart conversation about this. On the flip side, if you've been indulging in something flaky and it's been non-committal for you and this person hasn't committed to you, again, you're taking the lead and you're having this heart-to-heart conversation. And then when they come and they speak up to you, then you're starting to make those decisions in your life so you can move forward and not be stuck. And I suspect with the Wheel of Fortune in your outcome, the universe is either helping you do this, or it's making you or forcing you in some weird way to figure out what you're doing here because you need to move on. That's why you also have the Five of Swords, making that sacrifice at the bottom of the deck with the Two of Swords. Like, I get it, Aries. If you say no to this person and you check out with this person, then you're going to full on commit to that decision. You'll be like, okay, I got to find out how to erase them from my mind, even if I love them. Or I got to figure out what I'm going to do with my next move if I'm going to leave my person or my partner. And that is the thing that you're going to be working on the next 2 years. Your life. And you will have a different one. And then after the 2 years, then it'll be smooth sailing for you. What is the King of Wands, please? The Four of Wands and the Empress. Isn't this interesting? And then the King of Cups. You guys have pairs and sets all over this reading, which is crazy. Look at this. The Empress, the Emperor. The King of Wands, the Queen of Wands. The King of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Here you are also with the Queen of Cups. This is fire, passion, and love. These elements, right? But with the Empress here in your advice, it's saying where, who, what is going to help you elevate. Like, think about the structure you want in your life. Like, do you want to move homes? You got to start doing that now. Do you want to move across the country? You got to start doing that now. But this is talking about elevating. The fours are after the threes. What are threes? Threes are plannings. Those are blueprints. Those are ideas. The fours is now putting the plans behind the ideas. So you got this new job. It's now time for you to level up. It's time for you to get promoted. It's time for you to grow. It's the same thing in a relationship with somebody. It's time for you to fix your home. It's time for you to fix your house. Maybe some of you quite literally, or buy one. Others of you, it's time to have a family because the Empress is there too, who gives birth. She could be a mother, whatever. But this is talking about knowing your worth and your value and understanding how you're going to be able to create that structure. And this King of Wands is sitting there idly in that section of your advice. Know your worth and your value. You can elevate here or fix a home or create a home or create some structure. Even if it's not with this person that you're currently dealing with, it's time to go. But I see somebody here who is quite available for you. Somebody here who is emotionally mature and available. You just got to make a judgment call regarding something else. Someone else. Anything else in this advice? Yep. You got to walk away from the stuff that's not making you emotionally happy. You got no love. If you don't pour love into you or your job or this thing we call Meraki, I'll put a posting on Instagram what Meraki means because I don't know any English word for it. But it's your soul. What you pour into it. You're not going to have a life worth living. All right. What is the Wheel of Fortune, please? Nobody wants change. I get that. But it's upon us. Wow. Guess what popped out again? The Eight of Cups. Walking away. Lover in reverse. You reject this lover. Or maybe they broke up with you, but that's because lovers is a choice, right? They're not your boyfriend or your girlfriend. They're not stability. They're not somebody you can have like a fixed life with. And this is where you're at, Aries. You're fixing your lives. And you want serious people now. People that you could connect with. You really just don't have time for the nonsense and the bullshit. Your handbag is like got 1 or 2 fucks left inside, and you're only giving it to special people. You got none for anybody else. No fucks to give out. None. You're done. Those of you who don't carry handbags, it is definitely some sort of bag, your pocket, your satchel, whatever. You get the point. Now, what are we reading about in the extended regarding love? Those of you who don't know, the extended readings are only about love and your person. All right, so you don't have to be a member if you just want a single one off. The link is down below. We deep dive with tarot on what the oracles are advising. And then we also do the tarot on what your person thinks, wants, is going to do, their intentions, etc. Now this is where it gets hella interesting. This could be the one. Let me tell you something about this card. This could be the one. If you're having doubts, that's why it's interesting. We're going to see. Because maybe they're not telling you what you want to hear or know, but perhaps there's something you could do to change the outcome of your situation here with someone. This usually pertains to somebody you're dealing with currently, right? Someone sort of newish, but we'll see. Let's pull a card from Spiritual as Fuck because we haven't played with these cards for a long time. Sorry for the expletives, but they just happen to be part of the deck. I would tune out now if you're not into hearing any expletives. Aries, please. Well, that was quick. And this is too many. Let's redo, but I'll put them in the middle in case they want to pop out again. Aries, please. There they are. See? They did want to come out. All right, let's see. There are 2 of them. I'll take the 2. Those of you who are patient with me. Sometimes everything is going wrong for the right reasons. Holy shit, Aries. Did we just not talk about that? You've been wanting life to get better, right? We often forget that in order for things to change, the status quo needs to get shaken up. And the stuff that no longer serves us needs to leave to make room for the good shit. We all love the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? But we forget the part where he nests in a bonfire and she's on fire and shit is scary as fuck. Remember, you want to be a phoenix. You got to learn to love your fire. If that card wasn't for you, then I don't know who it was for. Be yourself, even if you're crazy. Stop worrying about normal ass, nothing ass people judging your cool, weird ass. Remember your handbag with the fucks? Anyway, there'll be none of that today. Anytime you feel yourself worrying about any of those asses, remember who you got to wake up to every morning. You, baby. You. Your job is to make sure you're good on your own terms. Check in with what you really care about and make sure you're living up to that. Know what all those asses out there might be thinking. You don't care. You only care about yours, right? And that's the way it should be right now. All right, guys, that's what I have for you this week. I will see everybody on the next one.